Hello, folks. This is Gabor. I am back to Krakow after a big adventure because I was taking three refugees from the Ukrainian border all the way back to my hometown, Sopron. And yeah, it took 3 days just doing everything step by step, but it's all done. And now I'm super relieved. It's also interesting that I went to the border in spring, and then I arrived back to Krakow into winter because now the weather is quite cold. It's around 0 degree and snowing. So it's really interesting how the weather also changed. But yeah, it was again a great adventure, and I was also thinking maybe this this was so funny for me to observe my thoughts that said that, I am actually taking refugees. And most of the people who are working with refugees, they are just commiserating with them, saying that, oh, horrible war, oh, everything is horrible, oh, Russians, oh, murder, oh, death. And I was thinking, is it okay that I'm enjoying this and not the murder and death, etc., but actually rescuing people? Because this whole experience, these 3 days were just so damn amazing. I was stressed many times, of course, but then most of the times this stress just turned into excitement that, oh my God, like, this is so amazing, because I could do something that was important for myself and for other people. I was helping them, I was bringing them to safety. And in the end, everybody was happy. We became friends all through the rides. We had amazing conversations because this whole ride, it was, of course, from the border to Sopron, but also it was back in history. My passengers, the youngest one was about 60, how many? 63 years old. So it was a big ride back, also back to history, back in times of the Soviet Union. So I got to know a lot of stories about how it was to grow up in the Soviet Union, how life was back then. And it was just crazy and amazing to hear it, how it was, how is the war in Ukraine with their own eyes. And what was really interesting is that when I was talking to them about their situation, that they are refugees, then they told me that they don't feel like that, that when I tell them refugee, they think about Syrian people or people from the Middle East, and they don't think about themselves as refugees. They don't really, that's what they told me, that they haven't really realized what is really happening to them, not yet. And this is also really crazy, that this initial shock is just so long, this psychological shock is just so long that, like, in one day your life is one way, and then in just a day time, the boom, bam, everything is gone. And for them, it's well, probably for many other people, it was just life washed away, and another life full of chaos appears. And on one day, you can have all your choices and you have all the responsibilities, you are taking care of yourself, and then the next day you are reliant on others because you need to survive and you need to flee from what you called home just the day before. And that was really crazy to see. And I see now that it can also happen to us, because another thing that some of my Polish friends observed, that, oh well, these people are just like us. Now, people from the Middle East, you could tell that, oh yeah, these are different. And psychologically, we can explain to ourselves that, yeah, like these things can only happen to, I don't know, brown people or Syrians or some other people. But no, it's not true. This way of thinking is really false. That these things, war, suffering, chaos, can also happen to us. And this is something that I think we need to realize, because now I see the rhetoric is just all around hysteria. That like we have to show the Russians, we have to war, and bomb them and make them suffer and and yeah, okay, we can think like that, but this can come back to us. And I have the suspicion that this will soon come to us. Maybe not in the form of war, or at least hopefully, but in a form of economic hardship, definitely. We can see that already, and this is going to be just getting worse in the following period. So I think observing the refugees helps me to prepare, to psychologically prepare for something else, times that are not prosperous anymore, times that are going to be tough, and times that are going to be different, much, much different. But you know what? Maybe also more exciting. Because if the level of hardship is not going to increase drastically, like even if it's going to increase drastically, that is going to be a set of challenges that just going to stir the life up. And I think this is something that we actually need in the West, because we are really comfortable in our lifestyles. We are really comfortable with what is happening around the world. We are really comfortable with all the wars that are not next to us, that are far away from us. We are, like completely fine with human suffering as long as we don't see it, or maybe in the news maximum, but preferably not even there. So yeah, I think in the end, if we believe in karma, and I definitely do, all these things will come back to us, and we deserve it. We absolutely deserve it. And this adventure also helps me understand that all cataclysms are survivable. And after that we survive it, we are going to be stronger. And yeah, I guess so far it's a cliche, but I also think that it's true. A cliche that is definitely true. And I am just so happy that I went through this meaningful, amazing journey, these crazy 3 days, because I felt great about it. I felt great that I got to know fantastic people, that I could help them. And my heart told me that, yes, do everything you can to take care of these people. And that was such a great feeling. And I'm also really proud of myself that I could do this, and that I am ready for challenges. And I am going to be ready for challenges in the future too. So there's a lot of chaos coming towards us, and a lot of hardship, but also a lot of adventures. And I think we think about the coming time like that, adventures and sort of like a little game, psychologically is going to be much more easier for us. And we are going to all learn from it in the end. I'm sure I'm going to make more videos about this, because like this adventure was just so awesome that I don't want to stop right here. And until then, stay tuned, folks. Till later.